Another widely accepted narrative that has caused doctrinal or theological debates across many centuries is the teaching that the Acts of Apostle 2 experience, Acts chapter 2 experience, was human language that was spoken. Now that also cannot be proven from the scriptures. The reason is because when the Apostle Peter began to explain what happened in that Acts 2 experience, when the people were marveled, when they were looking at, they were, what's going on? So he began to explain, what you are seeing today. He quoted the prophet Joel, right? And in the prophet Joel did not specifically mention the use of tongues. Rather, the prophet Joel said, your sons and daughters will prophesy. So if you look at it, you see that what the prophet Joel prophesied was fulfilled in the eyes of these onlookers. So what was fulfilled? The sons and daughters prophesying. What is prophecy? Prophecy is simply tongues and interpretations. Tongues is not a human language. There is no nation on earth that can understand tongue. So the word they shall speak with new tongues, as seen in Mark chapter 16, when Jesus was giving his disciples power and authority. He said, you shall speak with new tongues. So the word new tongues in the Greek translation connotes a new kind of, right? So a kind that has not existed before. It is new and it is unknown. It is unknown because it is a new kind of tongue, which means there have been tongues, there have been human languages, but this language is a different type of language. And that is why the Apostle Paul will say, he that speaks in tongues speaks unto God and not unto man. So he speaks mysteries unto God and not unto man. Mystery is the word mysterion, something that is to be explained, which means tongues require explanation. Well agreed. Tongues require explanation to understand. So when you want other people to benefit from your praying in tongues, an explanation is required. And another reason why people think it's so difficult to deal with tongues and interpretation is because they don't understand that interpreting tongues is not a Herculean task. It's not difficult. When you pray in tongues, your mind is aligned to the will and to the purpose of God. So it's very easy to prophesy at that moment. It's very easy to interpret. That interaction between God's spirit and your mind, right, is what enables you gain understanding or gain insight into what you are praying or into what you are speaking. So praying in tongues and interpretation is what brings benefit to other people, right? So praying in tongues and interpreting tongues is prophecy, which is exactly what happened in Acts chapter 2. Why? Because the people heard in their own languages. Now pay attention. This is where usually there is always a very serious issue, because of the way it is expressly written that they heard, every man heard in their own languages, right? But if you continue to read, you will see that what they heard was the mighty works of God, which means what they saw the people demonstrate, they saw the power of God on this